Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 3, and this is going to be my trailer breakdown for episode 14 of The Flash Season 3, otherwise entitled Attack on Central City. But of course, before we get into anything else, let's actually watch the trailer.
Every time I think we've beaten him, he comes back stronger.
Grodd's here.
We have to end this.
If those gorillas get over that bridge,
Overrun the city.
We are way outnumbered here.
Any pointers? Go for the legs.
Grodd's army could be here any second.
Here we go. Welcome, Flash.
Now, seeing that this is the second and obviously final part of the two-part Gorilla Grodd / Gorilla City story, this episode will just kick off from where we left off from the first part, which I thought was really good. Like, I actually really enjoyed that first episode. I saw a lot of mixed opinions, but personally, I really enjoyed it. Obviously, that was with Grodd along with the rest of the inhabitants of Gorilla City all armored up and ready for battle. But where are they going? Of course they're going to Earth 1, specifically Earth 1 Central City, thanks to the help of Gypsy, the Earth 19 bounty hunter, who you would have to think is either a captive, being mind controlled, or just working for Grodd for something in return. But before we go into the breakdown of this trailer, we will go over the actual synopsis or description for this episode just to get a clearer idea of what is going on. But before we do that, if you do go on to enjoy the video as well as just enjoying all the Flash stuff, be sure to leave a like on the video to show your support. Let me know in the comment section below what you're looking forward to most from this episode following that trailer. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. When Grodd and his army of gorillas bring the battle to Earth 1, the Flash and team must find a way to stop them before they destroy Central City. Gypsy returns to join the fight. Meanwhile, Jessie Quick decides she wants to stay with Wally on Earth 1. So the trailer starts off with us seeing the three heroic speedsters of the Flash, Kid Flash, and of course Jessie Quick lined up ready to face the upcoming forces of Gorilla City, led by the man himself, Grodd. This will most likely be towards the beginning of the episode, as we do know that there is a fight scene involving these three along with both Vibe and Gypsy, which you would have to think will be somewhere towards the conclusion of the episode, possibly the final fight. Now, this is something you don't see every day, or every episode might I say, as we see Barry wailing out on a punching bag, causing it to leak its innards, which obviously suggests that Barry realizes this is going to be one hell of a fight, or maybe Barry is just releasing some stress. One of the two. Now this is cool as we see Grodd lead his army of gorillas down the streets of Central City, full on armored up, you know, obviously all the armor being worn with weaponry in his hands. He looks pretty damn imposing and I'm very excited to see what happens. This is when we see a military person walking towards a camp or base setup, which is most likely on the bridge that the gorillas are trying to cross in order to take over the entire city of Central City. Now I know we had the whole nod to Tom Felton being in Rise of the Planet of the Apes last episode, but this seems a lot like the end of that movie when the apes are getting over the Golden Gate Bridge. Like that's the vibe, I guess you could say, I'm getting here at least with what they're setting up. Now I'm assuming this is going to be similar to that bridge we saw in the Trajectory episode, that's what I'm just assuming. So the United States military will be involved in some way, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if they are against the speedsters getting involved in this, either because they blame the speedsters for the gorillas actually being here in the first place, or because they feel they can do it themselves and they feel the speedsters would just be getting in the way and making it more difficult for them. Or maybe they want to capture the gorillas and use them for something. It wouldn't be surprising if they went down that route. But we also see SWAT members who we know have worked with Team Flash before, as we saw earlier this season when they went to capture Dr. Alchemy. So that is what looks like will be happening for this part of the episode at least. Like it's sort of going to be like the SWAT and Team Flash trying to, stop Grodd, and the military getting involved in whatever way they feel necessary, or maybe they have some other motives. Now here we can see Cisco getting it flung into some equipment within Star Labs, which isn't an odd occurrence. We have seen that happen before. But if you look at the surroundings, there are like hearts and like pink decorations hung up everywhere. I think it is sort of pretty clear what is going on here, and that is that Cisco has decorated the place for Gypsy and her return. Whether this be with gorillas or not, you would have to think that would be the case, seeing that Cisco is, sent flying. But then you would have to bring up the whole argument of why would Gypsy bring the gorillas, to Earth 1, but bring them out inside Star Labs? But I guess that will all be answered next week. I'm sort of confused what's happening here. But it could also be something to do with something else I'll bring up towards the end. Now we see Grodd rip the roof off of this military vehicle. You can see this dude in camo gear in the front seat, and this guy here who must be like either a high-ranking official or possibly like a politician who Grodd wants to have a few words to, or maybe squeeze like a tube of toothpaste. Now to finish off the trailer, we actually see Harry with Joe in the foreground, and he's got sort of that stuff that they wear when Cisco wants to vibe them to something. So is Cisco here as well, and they're vibing somewhere that's like Joe's seen before? That's the only thing I can gather, because I can't understand why it would just be Joe that's there, unless Joe is being mind controlled and they're trying to stop him from getting mind controlled or something along those lines. It's really hard to tell with just this like little scene because you don't see anyone else that's in this room, but what I'm assuming is either happening is that it's either Cisco and Joe, and Cisco's helping Joe vibe somewhere and, learn something about Grodd, or it's the second option where like Joe's being mind controlled and they're trying to prevent that or something along those lines. But yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens here. And the last thing I want to discuss in this trailer breakdown that actually isn't in the trailer, and that is a surprise, well, not really surprise anymore because the photos leaked everywhere, but a new character that's popping up called the Accelerated Man, who is actually the Flash from Earth 19, otherwise known as Gypsy's Earth, as well as Ajar's Earth. Now this could be the reason that Cisco is flung into that wall. The Accelerated Man might come out in Star Labs and knock into Cisco. Like a breach might open, Cisco thinks that it's Gypsy popping out, but in fact it's the Accelerated Man coming through and knocking Cisco off, and he's maybe come to help, or he's come to give a warning, or maybe he's just come over to, have some cake. Who knows why he's here? But we do know he will be in the episode. We don't know for how long, and we don't know who is playing him. He does have like a mask over his face. I do have a feeling that's just Earth 19 Barry Allen, because it sort of looks like him in regards to the eyebrows and sort of the shape of his head. So that's just what I'm saying now. But it could just be some random actor that they got who actually won't take off his mask at all. But you think they might just make it Earth 19 Barry Allen just for the sake of it. But yeah, he will be popping up, as I said, no clue for how long, but I'm pretty excited to see him. Another Speeds to join the show, even though some people would like to complain about there being too many speedsters on a show about speedsters, but what are you going to do? I'm excited to see him, and I'm pretty sure a decent amount of you are as well. He's got a really unique costume, like something that you won't see anymore probably on The Flash, but it's probably the most comic book accurate when you actually look at the comic book version and the one that they've got on the show. Like, it's basically a splitting image, or spitting image, whatever you want to call it. It's actually sort of creepy how good it is. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, and I cannot wait to just see this episode. But also, one thing to quickly mention, a lot of people were asking me if Flash goes on break. Flash doesn't go on break. I'm not sure if it does after episode 15, but after this episode, there is an episode the week after, which is actually the Wrath of Savitar episode, which looks pretty interesting as well. I know Legends isn't on next week, so don't get your hopes up for that. A bit annoyed that just came back from a week's break, and now it's going on another week's break. No idea why, it's a bit random that they're doing that. But yeah, in regards to Flash, it's still on. No clue when they're taking their next break, but they will be taking another break, surely enough, because they love doing that and love killing us. So, but if you did enjoy the video, it'd be very much appreciated if you could leave a like on the video just to show your support. Let me know in the comment section down below what you're looking forward to most in this episode. Who do you think's knocking Cisco over? Do you think it's Gypsy? Do you think it's the gorillas? Or do you think it's the Accelerated Man just popping out of a breach within Star Labs and just, running into Cisco? That seems like it could happen. I just don't understand why Gypsy would fling Cisco away. I don't know. But yeah, leave all of those opinions in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Check out all of my social media stuff in the description below. And until the next video, guys, I'll catch you later. Goodbye.